We are at war. So Trump has just confirmed that the United States has bombed the absolute hell out of Iran's nuclear sites. So this Truth Social post by Trump says, quote, "We have completed our very successful attack on the three nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Nanats, and Estefan. All planes are now outside the Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site. Fordow, all planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now the time is for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter." So this was rapid fire. So, I mean, Trump was saying as recent as yesterday that he was going to take 2 weeks to think about whether or not the U.S. would get involved. But today we start seeing reports in the news saying that 3 to 6 B-2 bombers had been moved from Whitman Air Base to Guam. Now, these are the best of the best of what we have. These planes, these B-2 bombers, these are those stealth ghost planes that you can't even track with the radar detector. These cost $2 billion to build and cost $150,000 per hour to operate.
Underground Israeli jets had been targeting it in the last week, but they had not been able to penetrate underground. So those U.S. B-2 bombers, which flew out of Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, they would have taken out that underground facility. Natanz is interesting. You'll remember, Brett, it was the site of the Stuxnet virus, the cyber attack on those centrifuges years ago. But again, it was back up and running. And what is surprising, I think, tonight is that the president announced that it was not one site, but 3 underground sites and sites inside Iran's nuclear program that were struck by the U.S. Air Force tonight.
Yeah, and it is something. We'll go back to that Truth Social, and eventually, control room, if we can put it up there just so that everybody can see it on the screen. The fact that this, first of all, this announcement comes from Truth Social. This is a president who has put out a lot of announcements, big announcements through Truth Social, and this is the biggest of them, probably his biggest decision. The very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites, as you said, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan, getting very specific there. And the payload, he says a full payload of bombs dropped on the primary site, Fordow. That suggests, Jennifer, as we had been saying for many days, that they may have made several passes at Fordow, considering that the experts were saying that just one probably wouldn't have gotten to the heart of.
So what he's saying there is important because I was looking at the logistics of this before this news came out. I was going to talk about the likelihood of a success because it looked like, the writing was on the wall today that we were going to do this because these B-2 bombers, these are the only things that could carry these, what are they? The GBU-57A bomb. So these things are 30,000 pounds each, and this is what it looks like.
Abilities of the GBU-57, also known as the Massive Ordnance Penetrator. It can penetrate over 60 meters into the ground, around 200 feet. To put that in perspective, this depth is comparable to the height of a 20-story building, depending on the floor heights.
Now, 60 meters, it's important because these bombs in Iran, these nuclear sites in Iran, these were 80 to 90 meters underground, under a mountain. So you have had to hit the spot and then hit that exact same spot a second and third time to make sure that these things are wiped out. So we only have 20 total of these B-2 bombers. They used 3 to 6 of them reportedly for this mission. So that's going to be a key thing to uncover as this develops. How many of them were used for this and how many of these GBU-57 bombs were deployed?
These examples demonstrate the significant advancements and differences in penetration levels among these specialized weapons. Let's put an average human here against this weapon, which is 20.5 feet long, giving it a streamlined, aerodynamic shape that is crucial for stability and precision. With a diameter of 31.5 inches and weighing an incredible 30,000 pounds, translating to approximately 14,000 kilograms, it utilizes its massive weight to generate the kinetic energy required for deep penetration. This heavy, compact design enables it to break through over 200 feet of reinforced concrete, making it one of the most effective bunker-busting munitions in the world. Let's take a look at the parts of this weapon. The most important part is the body casing made of hardened ferrocobalt alloy to withstand impact. Interestingly, the body comprises more than 80% of the bomb's total weight. Inside this cover, you will find the following components. At the front is the nose fuse well, all of which are joined by a fuse conduit. Sandwiched within this rod is the explosive-filled 5,000-pound warhead, which translates to approximately 2,267 kilograms. This conduit then connects to a tail fuse, which, interestingly, is the main detonator and is crucial for delayed action. Moving to the back, nestled inside the tail, we discover the intricacies of its guidance system. Here, the inertial guidance kit collaborates seamlessly with the military-grade global positioning unit, ensuring precise navigation towards its intended target. Alongside these components, one can find the adapter ring, which facilitates the attachment of the telemetry antenna, crucial for transmitting data, as well as the encryption key battery, which safeguards sensitive information. Venturing deeper into its structure, we encounter the thermal batteries vital for powering the system and the composite fins strategically positioned to aid in directing the missile towards its objective. These fins, meticulously controlled by internal gears, maneuver with precision, responding to commands to adjust the trajectory accurately. Let's take a look at the smaller bunker buster and how it works. It has a laser sensor at the front, and just behind that are adjustable fins. In the midsection, there is a warhead that weighs approximately 650 pounds containing tritonal explosive. This is a mixture of 80% TNT and 20% aluminum powder. Finally, we have the retractable fins at the rear. To give you a better sense of its size, comparing it to a person.
So, very important thing here. We have 20 to 30 of these bombs at our disposal. Like in the entire U.S. stockpile, we have 20 to 30 of these. So I believe that each of these B-2 bombers can only carry one of these at a time, and reports are saying that three to six of the B-2 bombers were deployed. So at most, you have, what's that, 2 bombs per site. If 3 sites were bombed, you have a maximum of 6 B-2 bombers deployed, and then each of those 6 B-2 bombers can carry one GPU-57. Then you're talking 2 hits per site. Maybe since Fordow is the deepest one, you got 3 right there. So, I mean, if we're going to be at war, then, I mean, this is a much better way to do it than what happened with Iraq and Afghanistan. Because if we successfully took out all their nuclear sites just from this, then this is the way to do it. I mean, best case scenario, it doesn't escalate from there. But I mean, if we didn't take these things out, then they're going to start talking about sending ground forces in, and then that's a nightmare. So it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. I mean, Trump comes out and says, I'll be giving an address to the nation at 10 o'clock p.m. tonight at the White House regarding our very successful military operation in Iran. This is a historic moment for the United States of America, Israel, and the world. Iran must now agree to end this war. Thank you. So while I think this whole nuclear enrichment thing was total BS, and I think that the entirety of Bibi Netanyahu's foreign policy has been to avoid legal trouble, I do like the way that Trump has done these things, even though I hate that he's doing it, and I hate that he is letting Israel sort of set the narrative and set the way that things are going to go with this. But we've wanted regime change in Iran for a long time, and this is a step in that direction. This takes a lot of leverage away from them. It'll be interesting to see how China and Russia react to this, because China gets the majority of its oil from Iran. Russia's always been a close ally with Iran. So as of right now, it's an impressive attack. Like just like the Israel situation, it's quick, rapid, fast. Nobody saw it coming. But, you know, Vietnam looked great, really smooth for the first couple days and weeks. The Iraq war looked like it was going great for the first couple weeks, and then we get stuck there. So I learned about this as it happened because of my incredible research group on Manect Circle. It's called VT Research. This is where we're unquestionably, you'll get faster news reports and information than anywhere else. Incredible group of people. And if you want to have a role in setting the tone for what we report on, make sure that we don't miss anything as a network, make sure that we're setting the narrative instead of reacting to the narrative, you belong in the VT research group. So check it out, and let's pray that this is the end of this escalation with Iran. Thank you. Much love.